Hello and welcome to MagicGatheringStrat. I'm Binkabi, and this will be a discussion, a small seminar, whatever you want to call it. The ban list just got updated a few minutes ago, and Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time were banned in Modern. So that I really wanted them to let at least one of them be, just to see what would happen. I mean, if their goal with the ban list and stuff is to change the metagame a bit, then I don't see why you would cut both, but okay. But we got another ban. You see this deck here, 16% of the online metagame, or not only, but the total world metagame I should say. It got banned. Birthing Pod got the hammer. And Golgari Grave-Troll was unbanned. Let me just bring it up for you by using the Swedish Magic website. Let's try this. There we go. So Birthing Pod got the ban hammer. That means that as at least this is how I have reviewed Modern for a long time, and that is that if you want to win a tournament, Birthing Pod, Scapeshift, and Affinity are the three decks to play. They represent more or less the best of each category, and I'm not reviewing Birthing Pod as a combo deck. I'm reviewing it more like a mid-range control deck or something. And they were pretty even against each other, and of course there were other good decks like Burn and Tron and Scapeshift and so forth, but those three decks were the ones that I reviewed as the best decks. And by knocking out Birthing Pod, that often wins, often places itself on high positions, the metagame will change drastically. So you no longer have that superior mid-range deck that could either grind out fast decks or combo out a control deck or something. So how will this change? Well, first let's just look at the Golgari Grave-Troll. The thing with him is basically this line here, Dredge 6. And obviously they didn't release him and keep Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time, because that would probably be too good. So this opens up a graveyard strategy once again. A more dedicated graveyard strategy. We could see loam decks popping up. We could actually see a real dredge deck, like with Bridge from Below and Narcomoebas and stuff. Only time will tell, and I will try to do something with it, but I'm not sure. That's not really my type of decks, but I will see if I can put something together. But blue-red aggro, aka the Delver deck, got the hammer. It will still remain a decent choice, I think, even without Treasure Cruise. But now it will not go up against Birthing Pods. It will go up against probably the blue-white X decks. And they really needed Treasure Cruise in those games, and it doesn't have that anymore. So I'm not sure how this will change the format, but oh, it's so hard to speculate. But Grave-Troll will be played, that's for sure. The Dredge 6 together with like Stimp with Imp and stuff will make the Dredge deck a pretty viable option, I think. Another deck that we haven't seen much of is Living End. It was a while since we saw that, and I don't think that it will recur now either. So what will happen with the modern metagame in the future here? I really thought that they would unban something else too, not just the Grave-Troll, but I would hope for something else, but they have indicated that they don't really like blue that much anymore. With the recent sets, even if they print good cards like Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise, they ban them pretty soon, so we will see about that. But I wouldn't be surprised if fast aggressive decks, like Sue, that could be a pretty good place to start. I still think the saying that either you have to be faster than the mid-range decks, or you have to go way bigger. So Tron will probably remain a good place to be, but I just have to assume that the twin decks will remain and go up as the best deck in the format now. The only deck that contained it basically was Birthing Pod, since they could have like abrupt decays and just never use their stuff and grind them down. Twin is fast, resilient, and it has an alternate win condition in just attacking. Affinity might recur once again now and be even more played than it is. But the big winner of the bans overall is of course black. Thoughtseize, Inquisition of Kozilek, Liliana of the Veil. All of those cards will once again be really strong. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if we would see an increased amount of Jund, bug decks with a graveyard theme maybe. I mean, you don't need that much to, let's say you discard the Grave-Troll to Liliana, dredge 6 and play, what is it called? Oh god, I lost the name. The demon. The Delve Demon. I don't remember its name just now, just because I was going to say it. But the big Delve Demon 5/5. I don't remember its name. I mean, that's a pretty good aggressive line you can take. So yeah, Hate Bears might get another increase here. Hexproof might be worse than it was at this point. It's so hard to see, and of course there might just be a couple of new decks. We don't know. But without Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time, blue will once again diminish a lot. Delver will still be a decent choice, and Scapeshift will obviously be a decent choice. Other than that, I don't really see where the blue decks are supposed to go. Merfolk obviously, but I don't think that was the deck that benefited from the delve spells, and it's not the deck that takes the most damage by them being banned. So Grave-Troll will spawn at least one new deck, I'm sure of that. We will see. Maybe the Grave-Troll goes into the Living End deck, now that I think about it. Well, with some modification, I'm sure that it's possible. Look after Travis Wu's next deck, it will be something with a Grave-Troll, I can guarantee that. Other than that, I'm not really sure. I mean, Storm might be good. Probably not, though. Bloom Titan, still a stupid deck. And yes, guys, Sanity didn't get the Banhammer, obviously, because it's not really that good, and without Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time it will be even worse. Scapeshift, yeah, it will take a hit too. I'm trying to see if there's any. I mean, Infect might be a good deck to be at this point actually. And I think Jund, or at least rock decks with some probably a third color, will be really good. So that might be something to look out for as well. And I don't think that Fate Reforged brought anything that in. Yeah, the Soulfire Grandmaster was pretty nice. And I promise I will make a deck with Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Be sure about that. Monastery Mentor, I mean, you can probably play like, yeah, probably Jeskai tokens would probably be pretty nice. And the Soulfire Grandmaster, come on, that's just ridiculous. I'm excited to try that card out as soon as it is possible. The time walk is probably pretty bad, but I mean, with the Grave-Troll, maybe. And then there is some other decent cards, but there's nothing that stands out to me as modern friendly. I also noticed, on a side note, just to finish this off before I start cycling my stuff, World Gorgy Dragon got unbanned in Legacy. So yeah, that could be pretty interesting. I'm not sure how you are supposed to do it, but you could probably do something pretty crazy with sneak attack, if nothing else, like sneak in a Griselbrand attack and then sneak this in, and then you have to sacrifice it, but then you get to keep the Griselbrand in place. So maybe you can do something with that. There is, I'm 99% sure that you can build an infinite combo as well. But that was just the update on the ban list. Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time got the ban hammer and restriction all through the formats except for standard. So they were very powerful, and there's no surprise that they were banned. And my recommendation is, my expectation I should say, is that Twin will go up very high, and I wouldn't be surprised if Rock Black Green with a splash or two or something like that goes up a ton too. But that is okay. We will see what we can do. I'll probably try to build a blue-black deck with Ugin the Spirit Dragon as the finisher, or something like that. So thanks for watching. Please leave some comments, and let's keep the discussion going there. I'm sure you have a lot of input to give here, so leave some comments and we will discuss this matter further.